Hi, I'm Steve Farber. I'm the Vice President of Risk Management at Norcal Mutual Insurance Company. I am talking to you today about Steve Passin and Associates, a colleague that I've known for about 12 years. We chose Passin and Associates as a partner in our beginning CME program. He came highly recommended as an expert in the field of accreditation, and he provided a tremendous amount of assistance in our first accreditation. Our first accreditation actually was an accreditation with commendation. Steve and his staff were accessible to us, guided us through the entire process. The one thing about Steve and the staff that I liked was that we were not told to do homework. They actually had forms and provided on-site assistance to us during that process. As a matter of fact, we just went through another one in 2009 and received our second accreditation with commendation with a lot of help from Passin and Associates. One of the things that Passin and Associates and Norcal Mutual Insurance Company had in common was the interest in providing quality education to physicians based upon true gaps in medicine. One of the things that kept us so closely together was the fact that Norcal is a professional liability insurer, and we assess the practice of medicine on a continuing basis and provide educational intervention based upon claims, a true method of looking at gaps and providing appropriate needs assessments and learning objectives based upon that process. It was a process that Steve and his staff were not used to when we first met, and that kind of created a bond between the two organizations to move forward in a true educational fashion, something that you don't always see, in my opinion, in the world of continuing medical education. Our continuing relationship is really bolstered by the cost effectiveness of the services that are provided by Passin and Associates and the staff that Steve has hired to assist in all CME processes. That cost effectiveness has enabled us to not only maintain our accreditation, but continue our focus in physician education based upon the types of claims that we see, and utilizing Steve and his staff as partners in the process. Norcal Mutual being a new player in the area of continuing medical education, we were kind of reliant on Steve's contacts in the industry and his standing with ACCME. That allowed us to meet people not only at the ACCME level, but other providers who had similar interests in looking at gaps in medicine. His being known in the industry and his respect that he maintains within the industry are important to us as we look at other partners and as we look at the way other CME professionals provide education to their respective constituencies. My relationship with Steve has grown over the years, but the relationship that my staff has had with Judy Sweetnam and Sue O'Brien is a marvelous relationship. They make themselves available. They provide appropriate assistance in both the development of programs and in our ability to maintain our accreditation. So Sue O'Brien and Judy Sweetnam are two superb CME professionals, and I consider Steve rather lucky to have them on staff. If we didn't work with Passin and Associates, I don't think our accreditation would have been possible, quite frankly. We're an insurance company which is our major part of our business, and continuing medical education is a service that we provide our policyholders. If we needed to do that on our own, I don't think we'd be at a level we're at now, and I don't think we'd be able to maintain the accreditation that we have if it were not for the assistance of Steve Passin and Associates. That service that's provided makes it easier for us to concentrate on our main form of business while maintaining the service that we provide to our policyholders. The one thing that really assists us lately in our development are the staff's knowledge of the criteria that need to be met when we provide continuing medical education. The understanding of that criteria and how it's applied in our business is a little bit different than how it's applied ordinarily by other medical education companies or by universities providing this type of education. We look at gaps differently, and in our ability to apply those gaps to the criteria, it's extremely important, and Steve's played a part in our ability to really adjust that and make that blend with the criteria appropriate.